important. Butterfly, I don't like to go and grabbing the grips to set up this way. I don't even underhooking the back. There's a couple of different ways I'm going to talk about with getting self fit. Just face this way quickly, Dom. I'm just going to pull Dom's lapel out because I'm going to show you a couple of ways. So if we're rolling and the lapel's out, so I'm just going to show you the way our grips are. So sort of like a combat base this way, instead of being here, okay, combat base from butterfly guard. I want to come around and I want to try and grab this belt. If the belt's there, this is the grip that I want to have, okay? If he's lower down on me, he's this way, then I want to try and work my way over the top. Okay, so the grip is purely going to depend on the position that we're in. If he's trying to set up pressure, then I want to have this grip, okay? If I'm in tight, okay, I'm plugging my head. My head, I'll get to explaining my head position soon, but for now, just remember my head's in. If I'm in this way, and I'm sort of like, okay, this is another grip. Is going to really aid in my butterfly sweeps, okay? Is using the lapel against them. So if their belts come off because you're rolling, you're guaranteed if their belt's off, what's going to be hanging loose? The lapel, okay? So if the belt's off, feed this and use this as a hook, okay? Now, I'll turn back around this way so you can see what I mean. I'm going to go belt team, so I'm going to just use the belt, okay, to set up because I want you to get used to the belt. A couple of things that are extremely important. If I set up here like this, Dom is just going to use his left hand, push my face to the ground. Okay? Purely because I was lazy with my head position. Even if I've got a post out here and it's strong, if he gets pushy, okay, where the head goes, the body has to follow. Okay? So now it's here. We take that ability away. The next thing I'm going to talk about is how we have our placement, how we're going to have the placement of our hand. With this hand, we actually want to punch it back in. So the easiest way to get this grip, I'll just take pressure off for now. The easiest way to get this grip. This is okay, but you have to hit this straight away. Okay? Not preferred, okay, unless that's how you ended up getting into the position. You want to be able to get this and just smack this straight in. So it's literally just a straight grip straight in. There's no change in grips there, it's straight in. If you went to this and then went to that, because that's how you play spider guard or all that sort of stuff, that's fine. But for this particular sweep, you want it to be fast, so you want to be getting in the detail from here. If his hand's in this way, you want to grab it and lift it up and punch that in and under it. I'm now going to lay on my side. I'm just going to turn this way to talk about a couple of things. So once I've grabbed this and punched it up under, the big mistake is people keep this hook in, okay, and they're going to elevate, and now they've got their leg. Dom is able to easily, okay, keep his weight centered, so as I'm trying to go, okay, he's able to shift. This leg that's here has to come out this side, and it'll make a lot of sense very soon, okay? So this leg at the moment is here. I've got the arm under. The first thing we're going to do, team, is we're going to transition our foot from where it is in the hook to out this way, okay? Very important that I get this here. The other thing I'm going to do is a lot of people here, they try and kick this over, okay? Yes, it may work, but if you come up against a savvy opponent, if I just go to kick, I bet you Dom can lift his hips and switch his hip flips to the mat. Okay, boom. Or if I get into this position, I start elevating, he decides just to roll his hips off this way. Boom, thank you very much. Okay? So what we want to do is I'll just talk about this leg position. With this leg here, I want you to think about bringing your knee to your head. So I'm doing this, okay? This here. The actual sweep is going to come from my underfoot, pushing this way. So I don't give him the ability, I'm not going to give him the ability to switch his hips off my leg. Okay, so it's little details like that, which is why I'll put this video up, because I guarantee when you're learning it, you won't remember all of those techniques tonight. Okay, that's why we're going to do them in stages. So the first thing I want to do to you, if you're in open guard this way, okay, all you got to do is transition to here. Okay, you're giving them one side. You're giving them one-sided option. Here, you don't know if he's a left-sided stacker, a right-sided stacker. Here, I've got my control. Okay, I've got my control. I shoot in. Okay, notice my head goes straight in. I don't grab this and then put my head in. It all goes into the belt together. Punch, leg comes out. And now as I swing, watch what I do with this leg. This leg is the leg that hops. It's my rear leg that's on the ground that does all the driving. I did not move that hook. Because if I try and kick him, I will kick him this time and show you just, Dom knows what I'm going to do. So if he decides to switch his hips, watch what happens to me underneath. So I'm here, I bring my foot out, I just kick him. All because I lost contact with my hook. Compared to being here, foot's out, shoulders on the mat, and I drive. Okay? Have I lost anyone with anything so far? Has anyone got any questions? Yes. So if you notice, I'll just reiterate that point there, Georgie. Do you want me to show you on someone else so you can see, or?
No, I should have the gist of it.
So, when I get to here, team, grab, I've punched that under, my shoulder goes down and my foot comes out. Now see how I'm automatically lifting my knee up towards my head? Then I transfer and roll. Okay, high percentage, very high percentage sweep, okay? Used at the elite level. There's a video I shared last night. He's got an even more advanced detail that he put into this, and I'm like, ooh, there's some sexy homework coming up for me. Okay, because the way he combines certain elements of his hooks, he grapevines his feet underneath from and switches his butterfly guard. It was beautiful. Okay, so I shared that to both the BMA and the Beast page last night. Check it out if you want to see a study on butterfly guard. A lot of the times you're going to find yourself in this position, and I want to get this, okay? So literally this mindset of this, and this, okay? So that I'm strong here, okay? If he tries to pass, I've got the really good ability, okay, to lock onto him and follow. If he tries to pass here, it's going to open up lots and lots of options, okay? As long as I keep our hooks together, okay? And that'll come up when we go into the variations of it. So the first thing, team, get that butterfly.
Okay, so from this point, even if it's like a hand fight, he keeps weaving, and I'm like, I'm not really enjoying this spot. He's really starting to put pressure on my knee. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this right leg and actually rehook it. So I'm not going across. I'm not going across with my initial hook. I'm using the same hook, and I'm using that hook here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift on this belt up, and I'm going to be pulling up with this hook at the same time and circling it left. At the same time, pulling up on the belt, up and circling with the foot, I have to drop this hook and bring it sideways. So when we're here, we end up in side control. So you've got to make sure that you're lifting his hips up, which is going to help you get that momentum. This is the foot that's turning, and so that way we're not impeding our hip by tucking that foot at the same time. So when we're here, grip, switch, ducking under. I keep trying to fight the hand, and he's savvy to it. He's been swept a couple of times in training, and he's like, nah, it's not tonight. So hook. So we're not crossing our hook, same hook. I pull up, I switch, bring it out, switch your hips. And guy number 2 is like, no, fuck that, I'm gonna like sprawl out. We hip, escape back, and then we're going to tuck this leg over and grab our foot. From here, I drag the arm across, I lock up my feet, squeeze the knife. So, it's, oh sorry, very
See how
quickly,
sneaky it is?
we're here, switch, grab the hand, tuck. When that guy's anticipating to go for a trip into mount, I just scooch back really quick, and I'm ready with this hand to grab my foot. Make sure when you shoot for your triangle, don't catch here, go all the way over and lock it up. Circle, pass the arm across, tighten it up. His base is already compromised. It's a one-way trip.
It's shit.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.